Hi, I'm Tom, co-owner and head coach at GT Fitness in Uttoxeter. Welcome to our nutrition series, in which we look to give you some ideas that are simple, easy to manage and quick to keep your nutrition on track around a busy lifestyle. For today's recipe, we're going to look to make my version of a chili. This is not something that takes any real skill, and the whole purpose of this is to give you recipes that anybody can make with limited resources and knowledge that pretty much get done in one pan and transfer into Tupperware to take with you. The measurements I'm going to give you today are based on the principles of the zone diet. To give you a really brief introduction, the zone diet is a way of keeping our macronutrients in scale, the correct ratios with each other. And the way we achieve that, each block would consist of 9 grams of carbohydrates, 7 grams of protein, and 1.5 grams of fat. Ordinarily, we double that up to a 3 gram allowance of fat per block. What I'm going to give you today is a way to make 8 blocks, which can then be divided into 2 blocks of 4 for 2 people eating similar amounts, or into a 5 and a 3 if you've got somebody who's on a higher requirement for blocks. To start off with then, we've got 90 grams of mixed vegetables, because that provides 1 block from the particular source we've used. In this instance, I'm using frozen, but feel free to put any fresh vegetables, especially if you've got particular ones that you enjoy in. I've got 266 grams of lean steak mince. Realistically, we're looking below 5% in fat, which will also take care of our fat allowance. But along with that, we've got plenty of protein in there. So that 266 grams is giving us 8 blocks of protein. In addition, I've got tinned chopped tomatoes, just short of a full tin, gives us 2 blocks of carbohydrates. Combined with the vegetables and the rice is going to give us our full allowance. What I've got here is one way of doing the rice nice and quickly. It's microwavable bags. We're looking for 5 blocks of our carbohydrates to come from rice, and for that reason I'm going to use just short of 2 bags. These take about 4.5 minutes per bag in the microwave, 9 minutes to do 2, and I can just leave out some and add it to some tomorrow to make another meal. I've chosen to use some all-purpose seasoning. You can add spice to taste. Chili powder or curry powder work really well. In addition, plenty of salt and pepper, again to suit your taste, although try to limit the salt a little bit. I'm just melting a small amount of butter over a nice low heat in a pan. I prefer butter or ghee to olive oil because of the way it changes once you heat it up. Into that pan, I'm going to add my frozen vegetables. If I was using fresh vegetables, I'd actually go with the meat first, but just to start defrosting these a little bit, I'm going to add them first. It's probably only going to take about a minute for these to thaw through, and at that point we're going to be ready to add the meat. And what I'm looking to do with this is break it up and get it to brown, just to be sort of 60–70% cooked. And that's only going to take you maybe 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to pop the tomatoes straight in, spread that about as much as we can, so it all becomes one dish as quickly as possible. And once I've spread that around nice and even, I'm going to turn the temperature down and just leave it to simmer and finish cooking through the meat whilst I begin to add the rice and the seasoning. I'm just going to add in the right amount of rice and get that folded in nice and quickly. A little bit of salt, nice generous amount of pepper, and this all-purpose seasoning over the top. You can add garlic, which is a personal favourite, basil, oregano work really well, or any form of spice, or even chopped chilies themselves. Once that's all in, we just need to make sure that all the seasoning is nice and evenly spread, and we're pretty much ready to pop the finished product into Tupperware. So now that we've cooked, what we need to do is break it down into the relevant blocks. We've got 2 options here. We can go for an even split, 4 blocks and 4 blocks, or the split I'm going to show you today is 5 and 3. If we want to be more accurate, put this into a separate bowl, weigh it, split it down according to those ratios. The way I'm going to show you is a nice, simple and manageable way that keeps things quick and that I use every morning. Take a reasonable sized serving spoon and go as follows. 1 spoon to one, 1 spoon to the other, until we've got 3 in each, and then just put an extra 2 spoons into the one you used with 5. If you do have any left over, just try and break it down in those ratios. Keep it that 3 to 5, and obviously if you're going 4 and 4, even easier, just split it nice and evenly. From there, I'm going to leave that to cool until it's roughly room temperature, pop the lids on and put them in the fridge until I'm ready to heat them up. So that was my take on a beef chili, which takes somewhere between 8 and 10 minutes to make. This I find perfect for either taking with me to heat up for lunch when I'm on the go, or for when I get back nice and late in the evening, it's a little bit too late to start preparing anything fresh. I can just pull the Tupperware out of the fridge and pop it in the microwave. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to check out more recipes like this, or for information on our classes, services and a full view of our timetable, please head over to the website. Additionally, if you found this useful and like the recipes, please let us know.